hot mess, and that's okay. We're gonna do stretching anyway. We're here to practice consistency, and we are here to build a little bit of community so that when we practice consistency, it's a little bit easier. Hopefully, that means it's easier for us to make a whole bunch of progress towards the side splits together. Okay, let's get right into it. We're gonna do 3 warm-up exercises, and we're gonna do 5 stretches. In the warm-up exercises, so it's all gonna be about moving around, getting our blood pumping, and getting prepared for the actual stretches and making sure that we are ready to go. In the 5 stretches that we're gonna actually do, hey, good now, Steve, welcome back. In the 5 stretches that we're gonna do 5 static stretches. And in the fifth and final, in the first 4 stretches, we're gonna just hold them for 30 seconds and then we're gonna move on. Everything that we do is to prepare our bodies to get them, basically tested, stretched for the actual side splits when we do them. In the side splits, we're going to do 3 rounds of 30 seconds. In between each round, we're going to rest. We're going to try to relax our bodies as much as we can, and then we'll be done. That's it. That's everything. Okay, let's get into the actual warm-ups right now. Thank you for bringing in the good vibes, Ganowski. I appreciate it. Okay. Foxy Roxy W on YouTube says, hello, long time no see. Lovely, lovely. Thank you for welcoming back, everybody. All right, let's go. Ow, just walked into the door. Hold on. I need to scoot this whole shenanigans back. All right, let's get started with some hip cars. Hip cars are all about moving your hip through the full range of motion using your leg muscles. If you need to grab something to help you balance, go ahead and do that. I recommend something at somewhere between like hip and chest level, so you don't have to bend too much to help you stay balanced. And for the actual movement, we're going to do 4 phases. We're going to bring the knee up as high as possible. We're going to open up the hip as wide as possible. Try to keep that knee high. Rotate the leg so that the knee and the ankle are as high as you can hold it. From the side, it's going to look a little bit like this. Knee and ankle as high as you can hold it. The muscles here at the hip are going to be really tired, but we only have to hold it for a little bit. And then finally, bring the leg down and back. I'm going to spin around one more time so you can see what down and back looks like. We're flexing the hamstring, we're flexing the glutes, we're pulling the knee back. We're feeling that stretch in the front of the hip flexor. All right, that is the move. We're going to do these 10 times on the left side, 10 times on the right side. We're going to reverse them, do 10 on the left, 10 on the right. Whew, let's get to it. I'm wondering if I need to find something to hold on to for balance. Yeah. I'm going to scoot the camera a little bit further back though. All right. Let's go. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. I think that's 3. 7 more. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. I think that's 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Okay, those are hip cars on your left side. Let's do them on the right. The floor is a little slippery. It's not helping with my balance. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. If you're just joining in, you have absolutely no idea what we're doing. These are called hip cars, and these are all about moving your leg through the full range of motion available to you using your own muscle power. So we get a little bit stronger, we get a little bit more mobile, and we get our hips working. And overall, this is some preparation because we're doing some side splits. And because I started telling you what we're doing, I completely forgot to count. And just pretend we're 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. Okay, those are hip cars. Going forward, we're going to take a quick break for just a second so we can go and do the ones in reverse. Don't worry, I will talk about what that looks like. That was more than 10. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, when I talk life counting, all those things just goes over my head. Okay. Just checking in to see if there are any comments I really need to reply to. Shannon Green says, "Do you do this daily?" I do this daily. This is the new time, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific is going to be the new time. We usually run somewhere between 30 to 45 minutes when it's fast paced. On days where I do more explaining, it can go up to an hour 10. And feel free to join in for as much of it as you can. All right. That is, I think, everything on TikTok. And on YouTube, we have a couple of questions. How many pull-ups can you do? It depends. Do you want to know, like right now in this immediate moment, if I didn't do any warm-up, I could probably do 12. But if I was really warmed up and I spent 20 minutes getting warmed up and then did a couple of pull-ups before and then I loosened it up, I could probably do 18 to 20. And by the 20th one, the form will start looking pretty bad. So, I mean, it depends on what you count as a pull-up at that point. All right, let's see. Anything else I need to address? I don't think so. Let's continue. Oh, I got a question about calf stretches. The calf has two main muscles. And most of the time, if you bend your knee forward that way, sorry, the whole body has to kind of angle this way for easy access to the calf, and you'll get a bit of a calf stretch. You can do it like this with your body weight helping to pull down that calf, and that is usually the main calf stretch that people do. The other calf stretch works a slightly different calf muscle. It's a little less sexy, but the only way to stretch the second calf muscle is basically like this. You have to have your knee bent, and those are the two calf stretches. Most of the time, people focus on this one, right, where you're leaning your knee forward, or if you want to do a standing variation, it looks a little bit like this. You stick your foot, actually you can see that, you stick your foot into something, and you bring your hips forward. Calf stretch. Okay, that's a super long tangent. Hip cars, let's go. We're going to go in reverse. Hip cars is the same exact movement, but when we go in reverse, we're going to start by bringing the knee back, flex the hamstring, flex the glutes. We're going to lift the leg directly up to the side, lifting it as high as you can, keeping the ankle and the knee both high. We're going to rotate that leg so the knee is as high as possible. And we're going to bring it all the way back to the front. And then try to keep that knee high. All right? That's the hip car. Let's go. We're doing 10. Back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee. I think that's 5. I hope whoever's actually keeping count, just let me know when I'm like way, way, way far beyond 5. 8. I think we're past 8, but I'm gonna pretend that's 8. And if that was 8, this is 10. We're done. Okay. Whew. Last leg. Let's go. Ooh, more balance. Back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, ooh, hip cracked, knee, back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee. I think that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. Okay, we wrap those hip cars up. A little bit fast at the end. Don't worry. You need time to catch up. I talk way too much. You have plenty of time. We're gonna move on into the second warm-up exercise. We're gonna move on into the second warm-up exercise. It's called the elephant walk. what we're going to do is into this L shape. The elephant walk is all about the hamstrings. We're stretching out the hamstrings. And what I want you to do, doesn't matter if you're up here or if you're almost straight, because your hamstrings are so tight, I want you to focus on bringing your belly button down towards the ground and work however you are capable. We don't expect, or I don't expect anybody to come in being super mobile immediately, and I don't expect anybody to be super ready to work on the hamstrings the second that they're in here. So we take this a little bit slow, we do a couple of little gentle pulses, and then once you are a little bit more warmed up, we're gonna switch and bend our knees and go from side to side like this. What I'm doing is bending one knee, straighten the other leg out, and then I'm switching. Then I'm going to focus on bringing the belly button down, and I'm going to continue to switch. As long as you're feeling the stretch in the hamstring, and switching from bent knee to straight knee, we are all good. Okay. Oh, I'm thirsty. I should have got myself some water. We're going to just do this for a couple more seconds, and there's no rush. There's no real number that we need to focus on. It's just whether or not you're comfortable in this position. You don't also have to be as low to the ground as I am if this looks challenging or intimidating. We just want you to work on what's an improvement for you. Okay, once we've done a bunch of these, and you're really feeling that hamstring going, if you're not feeling the hamstring, try to bring the belly button down while you're doing this. But once you do feel the hamstring and you're feeling a little bit warmed up, maybe being just a little bit sweaty, it's time for us to move on into the third and final warm-up exercise. I'm going to move the camera just a little bit further back so it's easier to see my legs. One more time. Oh, now I'm just changing the angle. Alright, cool. Let's do Cossack switches. Cossack switches look a little bit like this. We're going to focus on opening up the hips to about 3 times our hips width. Then we're going to try and drop all of our weight down onto one side. So there's basically a squat going on here, and this leg is nice and straight. What you're going to notice, and what I want you to focus on, is I want you to keep your knees and your toes going in the same direction, in the same line, right? If you are uncomfortable, not feeling strong, your knee might start dipping in this way, or it might be doing the opposite. Your knee might start going out that way. I want you to try your best to make sure whenever you bend your knee, with me at least, your knees and your toes are traveling in the same direction. It's very important to strengthen your leg so that you can do this and that strongly. It's just not what we're doing right now, okay? From here, once you have pointed your knee and your toes out 45-ish degrees, I want you to focus on that ankle, pressure right here in the front. I want you to focus on the pressure in the hip. And I want you to focus on trying to bring your knee forward so you get a bit of that Achilles tendon stretch, that calf stretch while you're here. You don't have to straighten your leg out immediately if this is your first time working in this position. You can break it down into its pieces and focus on this part of the hip. Your knee can point directly forward if you want. You can point it directly, super directly to the side. But I recommend you stay somewhere in the middle. It will generally be a little gentler on the hips and require less extreme flexibility from any specific muscle. Alright, once you got comfortable with this position on this leg, let's combine it with sticking that leg out. From here, you might notice all of a sudden your heel is coming up. Try to keep your heel down. It'll help you with balance, but it will make your quad fire way harder to help you stay balanced. From here, our goal is to get to the other side. And I'm going to scoot slightly off camera so that I can get to the other side more or less on camera. Alright, boom. Ta-da, we got to the other side. There's lots of different ways to get here. You can put your hands down to help you get to the other side. But we're going to be nice to this side just like we were nice to that side. So we're going to hang out here for a little bit and experiment with your leg position. If you're just experimenting and your knees and your toes aren't traveling in the same direction for a fraction of a second, that's totally fine. But if you're holding a position and you're holding a lot of tension in that position, I definitely want your knees and your toes to be traveling in the same line. Okay? All right. I don't know how long we've been hanging out here, but hope you've done some experimenting because we're going to start doing the actual meat of this warm-up exercise. It's the moving part. We want to go from side to side. And there's lots of ways to do this. You can lean forward, you can put your hands down, you can help yourself get across this way. If you're a little bit stronger, you can try to sit up straighter. You stick your arms out in front of you to help counterbalance your weight. You can try to get deeper into that squatted position at the end, and you can go from side to side. If it is a little bit too challenging, I just want you to know I only care that you're strength training a little bit and that you're hanging out in this bottom stretched out position a little bit. So if you need to come all the way up, take a break, then come down, that works. If you want to come up halfway, switch to the other side, come down, that works. All right, I hope you've had time to do at least 5 of these, maybe 10 of these, because my legs are tired and I'm ready to move on. Let's continue. Whew. All right. We just finished all of the warm-up stuff. Hopefully, you're getting a little bit of a sweat. Your hips are feeling a little tired, but they're feeling good because you got the movement. All right. What we're going to do next is the actual stretches. We're going to do 5 different stretches. The first one that we're going to do is a hamstring stretch. We're going to do this with one knee on the ground, sticking the other leg in front, and folding forward. So what I recommend right now is if you need to, go grab something to pad your knee. I'm looking for something to pad my knee. I think I'm going to steal this pillow right here. Whew. Okay. You don't need anything special, just a little bit of cushioning so that your knee stays comfortable while we do this. So you can focus on the stretch and not how much your knee hurts. All right? It can be an old shoe or a new shoe, I guess. It can be a dog bed, whatever you want to take. All right. While you go get those things, I'm going to scroll down because I just realized I haven't come back to the chat in a long time. I thought the warm-ups were the stretches. I'm still locked in. That's the warm-ups are hard. The warm-ups force your body to get into all of these crazy positions really early on. But like I tried to say, it's not about how deep you can get necessarily. It's about making sure that you're trying to push your body, trying to move, and you're trying to get blood flow. You're trying to warm up, and the actual stretches are actually going to feel more chill than the warm up because we're hanging out in a position. You're no longer really challenging your balance as much. We're not going from side to side. Like I'm exaggerating that I'm shaking like this, like I'm flying an airplane, but you can put your hands down for the most part. You can focus on just the stretch. So the warm up does feel intense, but and you know I'm out of breath, partially because I talk a lot and I don't take time to breathe. But it's a different part of the process. Okay. Melinda says her hips hurt. Are they still hurt? Are they hurting part of the warm up, or are they hurting because you have some pain there all the time? Ganowski says, I thought the warm ups were okay. I just read that. Whoops. Whew. Okay. And on YouTube, I think we are good. Let's get going with the hamstring stretch. What I want you to focus on is putting your knee down and then pointing your hips and your chest forward. Okay? If you look straight down, your hips should be across your body like this. A lot of people might be focused on trying to bring their leg really far forward as possible. And then that hip, this leg that's straight, comes out from is starting to push the hips forward. So right now, my hips are at this angle. When I'm facing the camera, it's kind of hard to tell, but my right hip is really far forward, and my left hip is really far back. There's probably a 3-inch difference from where the hip is. I want you to try and square it up so that the hips are going right across your body, like so. So that if I'm giving you this side profile, you can't see my other hip, right? If we go like this, you can now see my left and my right hip. But if I'm like this, you can't really see anything else. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just don't want you to be super, super, super deep with this leg super in front and your hips opening up and twisting this way. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's go. That leg is forward. The hips are in the same place or in the same line. The chest are in the same line. I want you to fold forward, focusing on bringing your hips down. Your hamstrings should start tightening up. I want you to take a nice big deep breath in. Release the breath and slowly try to drop down. You can just try to relax into it. Exhale. And hopefully taking some calming deep breaths helps your muscles to almost chill out just a little bit so that you can get just a little bit deeper into the stretch. Once you're here, we're basically ready to do our 30 seconds of stretching. I'm going to turn around so you can see what my body is trying to do. And you don't have to move at all. You can just stay in that position. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Really bring the belly button down towards the thigh. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. The hamstring stretch is done, at least on this side. When you are done with the stretch, as you come out of it, all of the pain, that stress, that tension in the leg should just disappear. Maybe your leg will still be like, oh, okay, it's still tired. Maybe there's still some, I definitely just stretched, but should not be painful, okay? All right, same thing. Let's do the hamstring stretch again on the other side. Try to keep the hips squared up so that they are in a straight line this way. Chest as well. Fold forward. Feel that hamstring stretch building. Take a nice big deep breath. Release. Fold, 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 fold. If your knee is achy, you have pain here, you can try to bend the knee a little bit. Bring the chest down towards the knee. And once this position is locked in, you can work on just trying to straighten out that leg, right? When my leg is straight, I can only get here and I get stuck. When my knee is bent, I can bring my chest all the way down to that leg, but then I can't straighten my leg. So at the end of the day, you're still working the hamstring stretch, and you're still working on the hamstring stretch basically in this position. So this way, it's a little gentler on your knees. Okay, let's go. We're folded, we're relaxed-ish. 30 seconds, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, come on up. We do some variation of a hamstring stretch a lot. This cushion that you're just using, you can toss it. We don't need it anymore. Ooh, whoops. Might have tossed a little too hard. We work on the hamstring stretch a lot because we need the hamstrings to perform well a lot. We did the elephant walks in the beginning to start. We did these nice and gentle. All right. Now we've taken it up a level. We're working on the hamstring stretch directly. We're not going to work on the hamstrings directly as much from this point on, but we're going to need it for the standing pancake, which is stretch number 3. We just finished stretch number 1, and we're going to need a little bit in the side splits. So hopefully we're slowly continuing to get those prepared. Okay, step 2, and by step 2 I mean stretch 2, we're going to do the butterfly. The butterfly typically looks like this. We bring our feet together, we pull it in, and we try to bring our knees to the ground. This is a groin stretch. We're trying to feel the stretch here. And it's really hard to apply pressure into your knees to try and bring them to the ground when you're seated like this, especially if you already have tight hamstrings and you're trying to sit sort of back like this naturally. You're working really hard to bring your chest forward to sit into position. Now you're trying to push your leg down into the ground. That's a really challenging way to get into a butterfly position. So let me show you a slightly better way. And before I do that, I think I need to move some more stuff. Okay, let's rotate. First off, you can come to a wall. All right. The wall will help you have something to push against, and because you have something to push against, you'll be able to apply more power into your hips. It's going to sound a little bit strange, but follow along. Get to a wall, put your hips, your shoulder, your one head against the wall, so you have this nice straight posture to begin with. And then we're going to grab our feet, pull it in, and get back into this stretched position. You might notice that my knees are already lower than before just because it's easier to keep my back straight. And my hips don't have to help me counterbalance in front of me, right? Once you're here, I want you to focus on using your muscles to open up those hips. I want you to focus on using these outer thigh muscles and your glutes to open up those hips. What that really looks like is your knee's going to go down. So take your time, take a couple of breaths, try your best to bring your knees down into the ground. If you're struggling a little bit, you can apply a little bit of pressure to just figure out what muscles need to be firing to bring your knees closer to the ground. Okay? Once you are as open as you can using your own muscle power, I want you to take your hands and apply steady pressure right under your knee. When you do this, you're going to feel pressure in the back of your head and in your shoulders because right now, the wall is helping you do this stretch. When you push into your legs, your shoulders are pushing into the wall and they're making it so that you can apply way more pressure into your body. Okay, that's it. We're holding this for 30 seconds. Don't forget you're contracting your glutes, you're contracting your legs. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23. Don't hold your breath. 22, even though you're contracting those muscles. Breathe. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. Apply a little bit more pressure. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, relax. Move those legs. Let the hips come back up. And once your legs are starting to work normal-ish, let's get ready to do stretch number 3, the standing pancake. I'm going to rotate the camera once again and continue to move it further and further back because I just have no concept of space today. Let's get into standing pancake. Standing pancake generally looks a little bit like this. We're opening up our legs until it's almost uncomfortable. It doesn't have to be actually uncomfortable, but we're almost uncomfortable. And we're folding forward at the hips. You can put your hands down from the side. It would look like maybe a hamstring stretch if my legs weren't open. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring the belly button and the chest down in towards the ground as much as possible. So it might look like that, but it is really hard to do that. So we do the standing pancake variation, and that means we got gravity working to help pull us down. At this point right here, pretty much from my hips, especially if I stick my arms up, gravity is working real hard to apply pressure to pull me down. Okay, so we want to take advantage of that. We want to use gravity whenever possible to put it to work so that we don't have to work as hard. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else we need to cover. Open up the legs, nice and wide, fold down, try to bring the belly button almost to the ground. It's not actually possible, but imagine that's what you're trying to do. And stick your arms out to make it a little bit harder. And to get gravity to work a little harder for you, bring your arms in when it's too intense. Put your hands down when it's super, super, super too intense. And we're holding this for 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Alright, come on up. Oh, that's right. Oh, man. My floor is super slippery today compared to my environment the last 2 months. So, that wasn't the best stretch. And I'm going to figure out how to make it a little bit more reliable next time. The floor is kind of slippery, so I was sliding out further than I was expecting, and it was hard to sort of try to apply pressure to bring my chest down towards the ground because my feet were slipping out further into a deeper stretch for my legs. And if that happens to you, I recommend a handful of things. One, you can put on some sneakers so you got grippier feet so you can control your feet positioning, your leg positioning, how wide your legs are open. The other thing is if you are next to a wall, you can always put your foot against the edge of that wall to help control one side. So you can focus on keeping your legs together a little bit more easily. You don't have to worry about both legs, you can just worry about like one leg-ish. Okay. Oh, that's a standing pancake. This is the third stretch. Let's get into the fourth and fifth stretches. The fourth stretch is called the figure four, and it's called the figure four because we bring the leg across the body, and it looks like the number 4. Our goal is to take this leg that's across the body, bring it up towards our chest, more folding, and feel the stretch out here in the glute. So the ankle to the knee is going to run across the body, and we're feeling that stretch out here in this hip glute area. All right. We got 2 ways to do this. One is called the pigeon, and again, ankle to knee is across the body. This leg, if you're strong enough and mobile enough, you can stick right behind you. If you're not, you can sort of just open it up to the side. As long as this leg is here and you're folding your chest towards this leg, your hip glute area is going to get activated and stretched anyway, so you don't have to worry about perfect form. You can just worry about folding down towards this leg. Okay, that's it. Let's go. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. If you're getting too comfortable, there's probably a handful of reasons. You want to push this ankle away from you. And, why am I so far? We're so close to the camera. You want to push your ankle away from you, and that will increase the intensity of the stretch. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. After this, we're going to get into the side splits. So, enjoy the last couple of seconds of peace. You get to lay on the floor a little bit and chill. 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, let's switch over to the other side. Once again, the leg is going across our bodies. We are trying our best to get our hips low to the ground. we're going to try and fold so that our chest comes over our legs, and we'll try to bring them as low to the ground as possible. That's where all of the stretch is going to happen based on the angle of the hips and the angle of the chest. If you focus on bringing the chest to the ground like this, but your hips start coming up, the stretch isn't going to get any more intense. You want to keep the hips low and the chest low. Cool? Cool. Let's go. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, come on up out of that stretch. And we've done everything prior to the side splits. All we have left is the side splits. We got 3 rounds of side splits. I'm going to slowly crawl over back to the camera, just check the chat, see if I have missed anything, because I feel like I've been on the floor for quite a while now. I think in general we're good. Ganowski says, these feel so good. Amazing. I'm glad we can create a cool space where you can stretch. And Schnapp5, maybe Schnaps, says, hi, I'm late. That's totally okay. All right, I hope you guys are having fun. We're about to do the side splits. So before we get into that, I want to say we're here to practice consistency every single day. We're here to have a good time while we practice consistency. Sheena. Oh, okay, Sheena. Sorry. I'll remember next time. Where am I going with this? We practice consistency every single day so that we can build consistency together, both you and me. We can build a little bit of community of cool people doing hard things at the same time together. Make it a little bit more fun because it's painful to go stretch and suffer on the floor every single day. Having a group of people to do it with makes it a little bit easier, right? That's why people have run clubs. They go suffer and run. We suffer and we stretch. Hopefully, together, we can make a whole bunch of progress towards our side split goals and make it a little bit more fun. Okay? I hope that this helps you do other hard things that you kind of want to do, and it gives you a little bit more motivation, a little bit of inspiration to keep going with whatever other things that you care about in life. Lulu asks, what time do I start? We are currently starting yesterday, I guess, going at 9 p.m. Eastern every single day, which is 6 p.m. Pacific. And you guys, or we are doing the time zone change. The time's going to stay the same because the time zone's going to shift. But yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. That's the time. All right. Where are we at? Let's do the side splits. Before we do the side splits, let's talk safety real quick. If you are very close to the wall, and if you have a little bit of grip in your feet, so I think I'm going to have to demonstrate with shoes on, and then I'm going to have to mop the floor. But, oh, no, it's like super slippery even with shoes on. Okay, it's not just me. Where are we at with this? We're doing side split stretches. I want you to be safe. And the first thing I want you to do is get really close to a wall or something stable that you can lean your butt against. All right? And the reason why I want to do that is because once you're in a side split stretch and you're all the way deep in this stretch, if you fall forward, you can kind of catch yourself. Your hands are easy to access. But if you start falling backwards, it's going to be really hard to catch yourself. But if you have a wall right behind you, and by right behind, I recommend 8 to 12 inches, 20 to 30 centimeters. If you fall backwards, the wall will keep you safe and you'll stay not scared and not injured. Okay. I'm not planning to fall backwards, so I'm going to ignore my own recommendation just a little bit because it's a little bit awkward to get into that space right here. And also, The floor is like super slippery. I don't know what the deal is. It's not like it's oily or anything, but I'm sliding around. So today might be a little bit interesting. Bear with me while I figure out what's going on. Maybe I'll do some mopping, and maybe it'll be less slippery later on. Or maybe I need to get some like yoga socks with those little grippies at the bottom for this. All right, when we're doing the side splits, I'm gonna walk us through it step by step this first round. And then every other time that I do this, I'm gonna start using fewer words so that it's just gonna cue you up for the things that you need to do, okay? So this first explanation is kind of a little bit longer than the second and the third. First, we're going to open up our hips nice and wide until it gets a little bit uncomfortable at the hips, right here, okay? As soon as it gets uncomfortable, I want you to fold forward, put your hands down out in front of you, and then I want you to do what looks like a mini push-up, all right? We're not actually doing push-ups here. We just want to be able to have our weight shift forward and into our arms to reduce the pressure on our legs just a little bit. So from here, I want you to focus on this leg right here. And from here, what we're doing is called external leg rotation. We want this leg to turn so that the heel is down, the toes are up, and the knees are pointing up. And once we've done that, we're going to do that on both sides. You just can't see my other leg, but it's doing it, I promise. I want you to hang out here for a second. It's going to be really intense because this is basically the side split. You're in a side split stretch. Breathe. Take a nice couple of seconds to try and keep your composure because this is called suffering. Okay, from here, try your best to walk your hands back towards your hips. What that's going to do is it's going to transfer all of your body weight back into your legs. We lean forward and we put our hands down, so some of that body weight would lean forward out of our hips. And now we're trying to put it all back. And that's what is happening right now. Obviously, some of it is still in our hands. That's why our hands are tired. But a significantly larger portion is in our legs. From here, I want you to try to do a wiggle from side to side just a little bit. See if there's a little bit more friction you can break. This is that one time I want the floor to be slippery and it's just making little fart sounds. That's okay. Once you are here, and you can't open your legs up any further, it's time to start at 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, come forward. Come on up. Come on out of that stretch. Bring your legs together. Oh, man. Come back into standing. Okay, what we just did was we forced our body to get really, 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 really tight. Now we're trying to relax and do the opposite. We're trying to get our muscles as loose as possible in between the two phases because we got 2 more rounds of side split stretches. So to get loose, what I recommend is for you to wiggle and flop. This is the wiggle, and I kind of call this the flop. And I change names every single day. So if you feel like there's a super catchy one that is very memorable, let me know so that I can stick to something. But I'm still experimenting. The wiggle and the flop, all right? Wiggle and the flop. And the goal of this, if it looks ridiculous, I know it looks ridiculous. I did this in public at an airport yesterday because I did a live at the airport yesterday. And super embarrassing. What we're trying to do with the flop is if your leg is wiggling from side to side like this, there's no way it's tense. If you were really tight and every muscle was contracted like we were when we were doing the side split, you would look like a really weird robot trying to move back and forth, okay? Like your arms would flap around and look goofy. What we're doing is a different type of goofy. We're doing a floppy, wiggly goofy. That's enough emphasis on floppy and wiggly. If your legs are starting to feel relatively normal again, we're going to do a couple of quick checks to make sure that your joints are working, and then we can move on. All right, the first one I like to do is the hip circle. I'm just gonna shift the weight from side to side, back and around. Your hips are good, we can move on. High knees, the hip flexors in the front need a little check. This one I think finds the most issues. We're gonna do a mini squat to the front. Make sure your knees are able to hold you up. Your ankles are feeling okay, getting stretched. You can lean far enough forward to come up to your toes. Do that. Make sure your feet are strong. And once you've done all those things, it's time to get into round 2 of the side splits. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Okay, side splits. Same thing. Get really close to a wall so that if you fall backwards, the wall will keep you safe. Okay. I don't know why I do that with a really bad French accent. That's rude. All right, let's open up those legs nice and wide until the point where it's almost uncomfortable. And fold forward, put your hands down. From here, we're externally rotating the legs. And I'm gonna spin out this way so you can see what this foot is doing over here a little bit better. And what we're doing is the heel is down, toes are up, knees are up. Okay? It's gonna be that way on both sides. I don't know why I'm struggling so much with this camera positioning today. Am I usually this far away from the camera? Do I know what I'm usually doing? I don't know. Alright, once you're here in this position, your heels are down, your toes are up, and your knees are up. I want you to start walking your hands back towards your hips. Alright, once you have done that, you're going to start feeling a lot of pressure in your legs. I want you to do a little wiggle from side to side. You can probably hear the fart noises that my feet are making on this floor. I swear it's not coming out of me, it's the floor. It's the floor. Once you can't get any deeper, let's start at 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. You can make your fart noises at any time. And by fart noises, I mean you can try to get a little bit deeper at any time. Anytime you get a little too comfortable, you can push a little bit harder. And if pushing harder means you make fart noises, then it's okay. 15, 14, 13. The wonderful thing about this is you can probably hide your own real fart noises when you're struggling amongst the fake fart noises. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. Oh, crawl forward a little bit, bring your legs in, come back into standing. Let's shake it out and get going. Oh, flop. What do I call this? The wiggle and the flop. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. Flop, 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 flop. Man, I'm getting super sweaty. Wiggle, flop. Make sure your leg muscles are relaxed. And once they're feeling kind of really sort of normal, we gotta do our checks. High knees. Oh, my hips are tired. Hip circles. I know I reversed the order a little bit. I forgot the hip circles. Usually, when I'm in the second round of hip circles, right here on the outsides of my hip are very tight and almost tender. So we're gonna tenderize by emphasizing and spending a couple seconds focusing on the things that are a little bit tight and uncomfortable. Once you've taken care of those, make sure to check everything else, your knees, your ankles, your toesies, and once everything is checked and good, we can continue taking a break because your legs are probably not working. We want them to have a little bit of time in between the stretches to relax so that you can get into a deeper stretch the next time. Maybe it's your feet residual lotion. I do need the lotion. I have not been applying lotion though, so it's not my feet, unfortunately. We're on Airbnb and I'm slipping around. Okay, let's go. We are going to continue into the third round of side splits. Wall right behind us, so you don't have to worry about falling backwards. Check. Open up those legs nice and wide as you can until it's just a little bit uncomfortable here in the hips. Fold forward, put your hands down, so that you can put weight into your legs, or sorry, put weight into your arms and reduce weight in your leg so that you can rotate your legs and have your ankle down, your toes up, and your knees up. I'm gonna scoot all the way over here to make sure everybody can see it. Ankle down, toes up, knees up. All right. From here, you're doing that on both legs. From here, we're walking the hands back towards the hips, folding down as much as we can, do a little bit of a wiggle from side to side, and finally, it's a third and final side split stretch. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, lean forward, crawl, come on out of this stretch. Take a break if you need it. We're done. The stretching is all done. The suffering part is all done. We still gotta do our checks. We gotta make sure everything's good, everything is working. So when you go back to doing whatever you were doing before, you're working fine, all right, functioning. Cool. All right, let's do the flop. Wiggle those arms, flop the legs around. Take as much time as you need to make sure your legs are working. If you don't want to do it in that way because it looks ridiculous, I mean, we can do dance moves instead. As long as your ankles, your hips, your knees, all of the muscles in your legs are moving around, relaxing, and work, you're good. All right, hip circles. Let's go. Hip circles. Once again, if you have a part of your body that needs some extra love, go ahead and spend the time there taking care of it. For me, it's these hip circles right here in the outer hip. And, high knees. Do some mini squats. Make sure your knees, your ankles, and your toes are working just fine, can support weight. And once we've done all those things, we're done. We're all wrapped up. It's time to sit down and chill. Okay, Tina says, I'm just listening to this like it's a podcast. It's tell me how to make a PBJ vibes. I love it. Thank you. That's cool. I like that you enjoy listening to it. I hope that you'll consider giving it a try as well, because PBJs are delicious and stretching is also delicious. They're good for you. Good Nasty says thank you. Miss Macharista says thanks for sharing these. Of course, I'm glad that we can have some time to stretch together. And I'm gonna scroll through the chats real quick. If I'm exhaling, it's not because I'm sad or anything. I'm just holding my breath a lot, and that's not even true. I'm just talking a lot, so I don't take enough time to breathe. All right, I don't think there's anything else I need to address. Termal says surprise at the bonus session. What part is the bonus session? Was yesterday the bonus session when we were doing it at the airport? Miss Monterisa says, my back was hurting all day for sleeping wrong. I feel so relieved. That's incredible. I am so glad that you found whichever variation of the stretch or combination of those stretches that we were doing for our hips helped your back feel a little bit better. And I love that it took just that much, right? Your back was hurting all day, but it took, we've been here for a little bit, like 45 minutes to get relief. Terminal, actually, we are moving from that 3 p.m. Eastern time, and we're moving to 9 p.m. pretty much officially. And so, thank you for having been here for the 3 p.m. times. I think all of last month and maybe the month before, we've been going around that 3 p.m. Eastern, but we are going 9 p.m. Eastern for the foreseeable future. So, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, come back, hang out. This is the new time, and I hope to see you all very soon. If you have fun, if you learn something, if you like the good vibes, the cool people, that's me. Hit subscribe, hit follow, do all those cool things, get notified so you can come back and we can practice consistency. At the end of the day, we are focused on making sure that we keep on doing the good stuff that's good for you, even though it's kind of a pain in the butt. All right, I'll be the first to tell you, it's kind of a pain in the butt. Literally, sometimes it hurts your butt. Other times it's a pain in the butt because maybe the floor is not clean, you don't want to stick your face too close to the floor. All these reasons for you to not want to do some good old stretching. And hopefully, me being here helps you to also come, show up, have a little bit more motivation to do hard things. And together, we can create a little community of people doing hard things together so that we can make progress together. All right, that's the spiel. I hope you liked it. I hope it was wonderful for winding down from a stressful day. And yeah, that is it. Whew. Okay, I'm getting a lot of good feedback about 9 p.m. being a good time, so I appreciate you guys for letting me know that you like the new time. On YouTube, I have a request to work on more video content, which I assume is long form video content. I will work on that. And actually, Foxy Roxy has replied for me and says, I think he recently said that he is working on a couple of long form videos. He posts shorts several times a week already. Those are all true facts. If you like the live because it's fun, check out the shorts that I do on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram. The account is the same, Splitsontheside. And we make fun-ish fitness videos. They're not so stretch heavy. They're a little bit more body weight strength stuff. Nothing super crazy advanced. There's definitely a little bit more advanced stuff and a little bit more chill, easy stuff. So if you like workouts from home with minimal equipment, some of the footage is shot at a gym, but you don't need a gym for most of it. Go ahead and give that a try. And if you want to see more lives where we just work out instead and do bodyweight workouts, let me know about that because that's cool with me. I can do that. I can get motivation to work out too. 2 for 1 deal. All right, that's it for me. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. Thank you for stretching. Thank you for spending the time and taking care of yourself. I hope if you are feeling better, Maturista, you got extra bonus motivation to keep up the stretching and keep on making good progress towards your goals. Okay, that's enough rambling for me. I hope you had a wonderful time. I hope to see you same time tomorrow. Bye. Yeah. My phone holder is preventing me from ending the live on YouTube. Hi, YouTube people. Bye, YouTube people.